Hey, Bjorn here. Welcome back to the RimWorld. RimWorld is a colony simulation game. It's in open alpha right now. This is alpha version 15 that we're playing on, RimWorld Alpha 15. And I've been playing it a little bit. I've played it a couple of times before. You can see my earlier series. They both ended in failure and misery and proved that losing is fun, but I'm going to start back up a third time. Hope that third time is lucky and we can build a colony worthy of the name. Let's get started. Before we do, very quickly, just two things. Thing number one, I'm still very new at this game. If you're watching and you know more about it than me, which is very, very likely, please do leave suggestions in the comments. I'm very open to constructive criticism, ways that I can improve my gameplay. Love to hear from you. Second, if you want to name my colonists, leave that in the comments as well. We'll have people who are watching the episodes can name the colonists. We'll try to keep you guys alive once you're here in the game. But with that, let's get started. So we're going to stick with the standard crash-landed scenario where we get 3 colonists that have crashed out of their crypto sleep sarcophagi, I guess it's called, and try to survive with them. But we're going to, I think, switch things up a bit here in the AI storyteller. The AI storyteller is what governs the kind of events that you get. Now, I've been going on challenge. I found challenge is maybe it's a little more than I'm quite ready for, which is unfortunate, but that's how it is. So we're going to go, not dial it back a notch just to rough, which should be rough enough. But I've been really tempted for a long time by Randy Random, who doesn't really follow the standard progression of making things harder and harder, but kind of throws things at random. So we are going to go ahead and use him. So that's what we'll do. This is a Randy Random game. We will go ahead and just pick a seed. And what kind of place do we want to live? We've got a desert. We've got some forest, some hills, some tundra. Wow, that's tundra and desert side by side. It's a cold desert though. Average temperature in the winter of 14 degrees, in the summer of 31 degrees. So I think that's a pretty cold desert. Extreme desert, there we go, that's much hotter. So I'm thinking temperate, maybe around here. Small hills. I like to go with the mountains personally. Average temperature 59, it's 45 in the winter, it's 74 in the summer. It's got marble and granite, and it grows between the 1st of spring and the 11th of fall. That sounds pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and go with that. And as before, I think I'm going to do a little bit of rolling of colonists, trying to find some colonists that are kind of a good mix. But I think that it is going to be a little bit tedious, so I'll do that off camera and I will meet you down on the planet's surface. The 3 of you awake in your crypto sleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land on this unknown RimWorld. As pieces of the shredded starship fall around you, you start making plans to survive. And there we are. Alright, so let's meet our people. Meet our colonists. Who do we got? We have got Sam. Sam, childhood was a Star Force cadet, raised on Amenti, Glitterworld, capital of the Star Empire. That sounds pretty awesome. Sam Wissa had an easy childhood. As a youth, Sam decided that joining the Star Force would be his way of giving back to the Empire. Got some social, some medicine, lost a bit of mining, but got a bit of research just from his childhood. Ace fighter pilot, he graduated from the Star Academy with honors and distinguished himself as an ace fighter pilot in the 3 campaigns against more advanced aggressor cultures. However, after one vicious battle, he found himself stranded and his carrier ship destroyed. With nowhere to go, he entered his escape pod and prayed. So he's got a bonus to shooting, to melee, to social, medicine, another hit to mining, and to research. So he is no miner. He can do anything though, so he can mine, he's just terrible at it. He's psychically deaf, which means that the various drones that come by won't affect him. He won't get a boost from the good ones, but he won't be brought down by the bad ones either. He's a masochist. Something exciting about getting hurt. He doesn't know why. He's wired differently, I should say so. Oh, and he's jealous, so we're going to have to give him the best room. It's degrading to have a less impressive bedroom than someone else. He gets a mood loss when a colonist has a more impressive bedroom. Look at his health. He's fine. His needs... It's all good. His gear, he's got pants. He does look kind of topless there. And social, he's got a good opinion of John and a good opinion of Felix. They're two guys we've got going on. So let's meet them. So, character, who is John. John's a male colonist of age 53. He is a son of a huntress in the mountains of the planet, I can't even say that, Ticonderoga. John was raised by his tribal mother. She taught him survival skills, trapping, tracking, shooting, skinning, cooking, and healing. His departed father had left behind an old bolt-action rifle, and John practiced with it every chance he got. So he's got a bonus to shooting and melee, to medicine, cooking, and crafting, but he can't do any research. As an adult, he was a space hunter, now a man as well as proficient hunter and marksman. John yearned for more. He took leave from his birth world, traveling the great expanse in search of exotic game. More shooting and melee, medicine, cooking, and crafting. Can't do anything intellectual. He's slothful. He moves slowly and rarely stays focused on a task. That is unfortunate. And an ascetic. He'll be in a poor mood if he has a bedroom that's too impressive. Wants to eat raw food, which is fine by me as well. But look at that shooting. That's fantastic. I like that a lot. Good with animals, medicine, cooking. Good. He's got some skills. And Felix von Schild, male of age 33. He grew up as a factory worker, grew up in a large factory city in an industrial world. Poverty was rampant and food scarce. He worked for whatever wages he could get. It was a hard knocks life, but Felix never shied away from a hard day's work. Got a boost to construction, lost some artistic, boost to crafting, lost some research, can't do any art. He was a combat medic. After his home country entered a large-scale war, Felix was drafted into the army as a combat medic. His few years in the trenches trying to keep his fellow soldiers alive gave him an acute sense of first aid. Losing friends in the trenches made him stoic and reserved, so that's a bonus to shooting and melee and medicine. Wardening's been disabled. He's a jogger, so he moves a bit faster. He's a pyromaniac. He loves fire. He'll sometimes start fires and won't ever extinguish them. That could be a bit of a problem. And a careful shooter. He's a pretty good shot, but needs more time to focus on his target. I am okay with that. In fact, let's look at his accuracy. 93.2. So that's good. That's actually not amazing. We've seen better. Which reminds me, what is John's accuracy at now? I want to know. 87.24. That's even worse. So Felix looks to be a bit stronger here. Yeah, he does. Okay. Now, back to Felix. Let's see what he's got. Okay, he has got very good medicine skills. He's got very good construction skills. We'll want to make use of that. He's a professional at construction. Pretty good at shooting and some crafting. And also gear. He's got a full bunch of gear. He's got some pants. And how about these guys' social? Oh, Felix is his father. Oh, that's interesting. And Tamara, that must be our pet. We should look at that soon. We've got a bond with Tamara. And so John is Felix's son. They like each other. That's good. That's good. And yeah, let's check out the animals real quick. We have got a warg. I'm not sure. A warg. I thought that was something from like Lord of the Rings. Let's see. What is a warg? Heavily muscled wolf-like creatures. Scientists say wargs are the descendants of weaponized military animals created for population suppression. The superstitious see them as the tools of an angry god. They will only eat meat or corpses. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, well those are our colonists. Let's look at where we've landed. Yeah, we've got... Oh, I like this map a lot, actually. I like this a lot. Just where we are right here, there are just 2 entrances. One right there, and one right there, which is really good. We can make... I think we can make a really secure base just using these cutoff points, and then we can put growing and things like that kind of right in the middle here, and then start digging into all this rock here for further expansion, and eventually if we want we can start building walls out here as well. But this is a fantastic area. And let's see, we've got some muffalo up here we can hunt. We've got all this stuff that has fallen out of the escape pods. So I'm going to just spend a moment to run around the map and find all of that. Okay, I think I've found all the things. And now we have to decide who we're going to equip these different weapons on. And looking at them, they're actually all very good shooters. Ace here, Sam, he is our best shooter of all. He's got 97 chance to shooting accuracy, base chance not to miss per square of shot distance, all that stuff. And surprisingly, our hunter here is the worst at 87%, with Felix kind of here in the middle. But let's look. Our hunter's DPS melee is 2.6, 2.6, and 2.4. So I'm thinking we ought to do is we ought to give Sam the rifle. And we ought to give Felix our second good, you know what I mean, our second most skilled shooter, give him the pistol, and give the knife here to our huntsman, which I feel kind of bad about because, he's our huntsman, but so it goes. And next we need to get started with a place to store all this stuff. So what's the best way to do this? I think what we want to do is go ahead and just, I think, build out a little room right here, kind of half in the rock, half not in the rock. And we can dig it out more as we need to. But I'm not going to try this time to organize the whole thing in advance, because I don't know if we're going to survive that long. But I think we can go ahead and start with a storage room. So, alright, the area, put the stockpile zone, let's put it right up here. And go ahead and we can put some beds in. That's furniture. If it's by the door, I think they're going to be more likely to get disturbed. So let's just put 3 beds in right there for right now. And while we're at it, let's put in a table and some chairs too. And last but not least, we have got to make sure we keep these guys reasonably happy. So right outside the front there, we'll give them a little horseshoe pin, and now let's let them get to work. They're going to get their stuff. Oh yeah, John is assigned as a hunter and he lacks a ranged weapon. That's alright. No one's really hunting right now. We'll let them get to work on this. They're going to do some hauling stuff. They're going to do some building. And actually, I want to stop for a second because we have... Okay, the only person constructing is Felix, and he is our best constructor. And that is how we want it, so no worries there. Now, as soon as we get this all built up, we really should start thinking about some refrigeration, because that is going to be a priority as well. And maybe the best way of doing that is to come along here and let's do this. Build another, oh, I don't want to do that. I want to do it there. Another little room right here. Oh, has that been built? It's a blueprint. So let's cancel it and let's build it just a little somewhere else. Joy, that's where it is. Down there. That looks good. We'll build this here. We'll make this to be our freezer area. And we can come back up here, I think, and put in some power. And also come over here and put in some growing zones. And in fact, our growers, Ace is our only grower, but there's no reason that actually John couldn't learn to grow. So let's do that. Let's let him start learning to grow. Let's go ahead and put in some growing zones. I think 6 by 6, I guess, is good. Shot accuracy tooltip. The exact calculations behind the accuracy of any shot. Select a shooter, then arrest the mouse over the target. Oh, that's really handy. The tooltip will show the chance to hit, and it breaks down the contribution of various to-hit chance multipliers. Oh, that's good. Fire preparation. Instead of constructing one super building, build separate buildings with spaces in between. Less flammable materials. Yes, that's a priority for me, is getting less flammable materials up and running. And build fire breaks to stop wildfires. A strip of concrete floor. Oh, that's a good idea too. I like those ideas. I'm not going to prioritize them. Now, we are probably out of wood, are we not? Let's see, one of these is raw goods. That would be it. And yeah, we are all out of wood, so let's go ahead and chop down some more. I have to keep on top of that. And okay, and John is planting, actually, and who all can... Yeah, let everybody cut the plants. That's not something that needs a lot of skill. We have potatoes there and there. Let's go ahead and put in some more things. Let's put in some berries. Can we put in? Are we good enough to put in berries? Strawberry plant? No, nobody has a skill of 5, so that is not good. Let's see. Put in some cotton. I don't want information, I just want to put up some cotton. So we can start making some clothes here when the time comes. And... yeah, they're going to sleep. It's nighttime now. Once the morning comes, we're going to have to get our architect. And who is he again? He is Sam. Is that right? Our constructor? No, it is Felix. Let's get Felix working on these beds so that in the morning we've got some beds. But sleep sweet, guys. See you in the morning. Okay, they haven't woken up yet. We've got a psychic drone. Oh, every colonist of the male gender winces in pain. That's fantastic. The psychic drone that's going to make them all feel nasty. Now, one of these guys is immune, I think. Let's remember who it is. That's going to be Sam. Sam is going to be immune. Felix and John, not so much. So how are they doing? Yeah, they're not doing so well. They've got these buffs helping them out, so hopefully that will do. Felix ate a really tasty meal, eh? Lucky him. Alright, well let's get these beds up and running. We are going to need that right away. So Felix, prioritize these, please. Oh no, actually, get yourself your joy. And once you're done playing horseshoes and feel a little better about life, then get on these beds. Hey, who's winning there? I bet Sam's winning. He's the sort of guy that wins everything, and you kind of hate him for it. That's what I suspect anyway. All right, Felix, yeah, eat up. All right, nope. get that bed built. Oh yeah. You doing all of them? Good job. Alright, bed number 1, bed number 2, and bed number 3. Excellent. Now at least you guys can sleep in the indoors on a bed. What are the quality of these things? That's a normal bed, a shoddy bed, and a good bed. Let's make another one right over here. And John is already at risk of a minor break. Yeah. You're feeling bad. That psychic drone has got you down. You're in a little pain. What are you doing, John? You're planting things. Why don't... yeah... Why don't you go ahead, John, and take some time and just get some joy? Yeah? I know that stuff's important, but feeling good about yourself when you're at risk of having a break, that's important too. Yeah, joy's gilding up. Ah, tons of joy. Alright, that's helping. Who's idle? Sam's idle. Well, Sam, why are you idle? Sam, you're assigned to hunting. Why don't you go and do some hunting? Where can we hunt? Oh, this looks good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hunt them. Go, kill them. Make them our food. And let's go ahead and make this where we put them. So we'll clear all. Now we're gonna allow meals, raw food, chocolate, we don't want it to melt, and animal corpses. And we'll also go ahead, we're gonna need a food source, so we'll go ahead and put, for right now, let's put a fueled stove there. I think we'll actually trade it in. Oh, and now we got all these muffalo close by. That would have been good. But yeah, now that we've got that going on, we could go ahead as well and start getting some power put in. Alright, let's put it right up. We can't. Alright, you put it right there and there. And that means we could put battery there, mine that, and let's put a steel wall right in there, steel door, it's going to protect the batteries, and we should also put in some conduits, and I think they have gone to bed again, so yeah, conduit right there. No, they're still working. Now they're going to bed. Alright, go ahead and sleep, guys. We'll see you in the morning. Alright, John's up and at him. He's going to have a bit of a breakfast. And, yeah, need defenses. You're not wrong about that. We do need defenses, but I think a food source and food preservation is going to have to come first. And I'm hoping that... Well, let's just look at this. We're pretty good shape. We've got some cover right there. If they come in that way. We've got cover right there and there if they come in that way. And some steel, that's always nice. Just sitting there. So, that's promising. That's promising. Felix, you're doing some building. Very good. Let's get working on these. And most importantly, the cooler. Can go right there. Excellent, very nice. Let's see, who's our miner? John is our miner, but he's not gonna mine. Oh, you're kidding me. An eclipse? Alright, you know, oh gosh. What we can do actually is we can use a fuel generator to do some electricity. Ooh, and that actually just connects right there. Oh good, the psychic drone is ending. That is huge. That is gonna help us. Alright, let's get this power up. Let's get this refrigerator up and running. So that is gonna be powered just as soon as we've got enough wood. And I'm not sure, but what we're... Yeah, I don't have quite enough wood now, so let's chop down a little bit more. Alright, that's running. So that's running. Let's go ahead and set it down now to 30 degrees. I think that's good. That's going to start also loading up. And yeah, they're going to sleep. What's Sam doing? He's going to sleep now too. Oh, you know what? I still have John just doing joy all the time. Let's get him back to work. And we already have a raid. Randy is living up to his name. So let's see what we have. Let's have a look at this. So we have got just one guy. Marjot the scientist. A female thrasher. What's she dealing with? A steel shiv. Well, you know what? We're going to end it there. Going to leave a bit of a cliffhanger. We have finished our first couple of days. We have got ourselves a place to refrigerate and store meat. We should probably get in the habit of butchering this stuff once we kill it. And yeah, we've got a bed, got a place to eat, got some crops planted. Things are getting started. Things are moving along, and we have got our first raider way down here. And this raider is going to come up eventually. We're going to have to try to take her out. But let's do that next time. Let's call it a day. We'll start with a little bit of action when we come back. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.